Coach Standard's former team, St. Pius, jumps all the way to 7A in the projection. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's talk about Pickens a little bit. Coach Grant Myers on his Twitter this week said, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. They were the nail last week. That was very apropos for him to say. A loss, a spanking at the hands of Cedartown, but there are a lot of people that are going to take those this year.
Yeah, Cedartown, top 10 team in the state, been really good this year, not beaten too often. I mean, no shame in getting beat there in region play, but this Pickens team has gotten a lot better from what we saw at the very beginning of the season. They have made improvements each week with a really young team. You know, quarterback play has gotten a lot better. They're able to score points, which is kind of what they're always known for. They're probably going to beat Ridgeland pretty comfortably here tonight. I mean, they're sitting right there. Central Carrollton's down a little bit. Ridgeland is not very good. They're in the mix to make that fourth spot in the playoffs. So you got to talk, at least two of your ETC viewing area teams may be in the playoffs. Fannin probably going to be hosting. Pickett's going to be in the playoffs. Gilmer, outside shot. I mean, a lot of meaningful football games here as we get towards November.
Absolutely. Favored by 20 against Ridgeland. Panthers having a rough go of it. You look at the region standings, you know, Heritage Northwest, Cedartown at 1-0, Pickens, Central Carroll, Ridgeland 0-1. Only two of those teams are going to be left out. And so we'll see how it goes after tonight. Pickens should be 1-1. Stranger things have happened, but we anticipate that. And so we'll follow that playoff race. We'll be down there in a couple of weeks as well to watch the Dragons, and looking forward to that. So that's what's going on around the region. Tonight, though, is the game we're going to focus on. It's Dawson at Gilmer. We're going to step aside, take one more break, and then when we come back, we're going to give you everything we know and everything we think is going to happen, and then we'll have the kickoff. Thanks for being with us. We'll be right back here live on ETC.
ETC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ETC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. ETC cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. Call or visit etcnow.com today.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to our countdown to kickoff. Jeremy Green with Caleb Frady here. Let's break this one down a little bit. Dawson County, they come in, and one of the things that they have on their side is the same thing that Gilmer has. That's veteran leadership. Coach Sid Maxwell, been coaching in Georgia since the 90s, and so he comes in here, spends a long career at Sequoia, coached our own Dave Garner, which I know that had to be rough on him, and went and started a program at Lambert, down there in the Atlanta area, and took a year off, and Dawson County came calling. It was a good opportunity for him. So he's been there since 2015. His first year, they go in, win a region championship, and then, as they do that, they go all the way to the quarterfinals of the playoffs. And so really, he sort of came in with a bang.
Yeah, 6 straight years of making the playoffs there in Dawson. I mean, talk about inheriting a program that was in pretty good shape to just win right off the bat like that, and they've been able to build every year, make the playoffs each season, go first, second round, and going to be a tough matchup here for sure for Gilmer tonight. This is an experienced team. It's a team that's played a lot of meaningful ball games. Gilmer's still trying to get a taste of that.
And so he's done really well. He's amassed a 50-26 record in 6+ seasons there. They've made the playoffs every year, so the consistency is there. Last year, good season. They're 6-6, finished third in the region. They actually knock off Adairsville in the first round, and then they run into a buzzsaw, there with Oconee County. But really a great tenure here for Coach Maxwell, but like to take it to the next level.
Yeah, 27 years of coaching. He's 178-10. And 109, excuse me. So overwhelming winning record there, has played well and got this team playing well here of late. Dropped 3 straight big opponent that they played. Cass in 5A, Flowery Branch, the number 7 team in the state in 4A, and then lost to South Forsyth, a 7A school, but then turned around and beat Northview, a 5A school, and then beat White County last week in region play. And it's region play from here on. So Dawson playing well here at the right time of the season.
And so there you see the captains on the field getting ready for the coin toss. Actually, they've already done the coin toss. We'll see what the official says. Looks like Dawson has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So the Tigers a little aggressive here at the start.
I don't blame him. Bailey Dameron, 606 receiving yards here on the season. That's 3rd in AAA, 11th in the state. So he is a really good receiver out there on the edge. They can certainly move the ball. I mean, they've scored upper 20s, low 30s. They've scored 42 and 52 at times as well. I mean, Gilmer has not had that high of a scoring output except maybe the East Jackson games. So they come in here averaging pretty similar point outputs. Defensively, Gilmer's a tick better. So a little bit of an even matchup on paper at times.
So let's talk about Gilmer a little bit here. You see Coach Standard addressing his team as Dawson County makes their way out. We've seen them 4 times, and we get sort of weird picture every time. They played tough with Ringgold, played tough for Cherokee Bluff for a half, played well against East Jackson. There were some areas where they struggled, and then, of course, dropping that game over at Lumpkin last week. Kobe Stonecipher held to 39 yards. And so, one step forward and 2 steps back, it seems like, so far this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned there's some experienced leadership, particularly on the coaching staff for Gilmer. Overwhelmingly, this team's a young team. And that seems like a hallmark of a young team. Inconsistent play, penalties at the worst possible time. But then on top of that, they kind of come up to their opponents that get real psyched to play a big-time team like a Cherokee Bluff. But then when you play somebody that you should probably go out there and take care of your business against, you kind of not quite as excited for it. So that'll get better with time as these guys get a little bit more experienced. But I would imagine they're going to be up tonight knowing how pivotal of a game this is going to be in region play. I mean, your chances for the postseason are on the line here tonight.
And Cats are on the field coming out with the American flags. Also, you saw the pink Bobcat there. We are under pink out conditions here for homecoming. Of course, October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so we've seen a lot of the homecoming 2021 pink T-shirts. I was lucky enough to get one of those this year. So, it's going to be an interesting game. There's been a lot of talk around the area about this being one of those games where you have a chance to either slink back into one of those rough years, which is fully expected in Coach Sanders' first year, or you have a chance to jump up and say, hey, this is different. So we're looking forward to watching it. You saw the captains on the field there for Dawson County. It's going to be quarterback Zach Holtzclaw. We've seen him for a while now. He's 5'10" senior. Also number 25 Will Whalen, number 33 Cade Molador, and number 59 Connor Scroggins. Those are the captains for Dawson. For the Bobcats, number 1 Kobe Stonecipher, number 8 Seth Darling, number 10 Will Kiker, and number 43 Brock Titus. Tony Olea getting ready to tee it up, and so we are just about ready for the kick. Homecoming here inside Huff Mosley Memorial Stadium, and good crowd, great turnout for the game tonight.
Yeah, a lot of folks here. Going to be an exciting night of football, meaningful game for both of these two teams. Dawson comes here projected to be a 15-point favorite. We'll see if the Cats can pull the upset on homecoming night.
So we're suspecting that shenanigans were afoot. The Tigers were, but Gilmer kicks it deep, and I think it's still rolling around at the 5-yard line. Oh, special teams coverage. Missed out, though, and I tell you, a touchdown-saving tackle out there by Kobe Stonecipher. Coverage team overran the play, and that was big trouble.
Jackson Grindle taking his time picking that thing up. And got great field position.
Tell you, Stonecipher and Olea were the only two with a chance to make that tackle, and Stonecipher, the senior, able to do it. But still good field position for Dawson County. They'll take over just shy of the 35-yard line. As we mentioned, the quarterback there, Holtzclaw, his senior season, 5'10", 195, and he will sling it, especially over there to his main target. And we're going to have a penalty on the first play here in the Shane's Rib Shack first quarter. Oh, going to be on Gilmer.
Yeah, I think they jumped and must have made some contact coming across.
Let's talk about offensively what this Dawson team likes to do. We heard Coach Standard say they're very balanced, so we're going to see them run it, but we're also going to see a dynamic passing attack.
Absolutely. Both of these teams can throw it. Gilmer not real crazy about doing it all the time, but Dawson can certainly sling the ball around the yard.
Wow, missed tackles there, and Holtzclaw, they have him listed at 195. He may have crossed that 200-pound threshold. Tough run there, and he's run out of bounds. The hair adds a couple pounds.
Well, and Holtzclaw was one of the best passers in the state a season ago, so certainly no surprise that he can really be an effective player back there. Just taking off and run, using that side. Gilmer just trying to shoulder tackle there, and then another shoulder tackle gets him out of bounds, but the ball just shy of the 50 here.
Gilmer fixed a little pressure, and Holtzclaw is going to throw it deep. He's got a man over there, and he has it. And that's going to be a big play there, first down in the red zone. And that's a huge catch over there for Dawson County. You see on the replay there, Gilmer faking that pressure. They back out of it and just a little pitch and catch downfield.
And that's Bailey Dameron, that really talented wide receiver that we were talking about. Just great timing between those two. He put it right in the breadbasket there as he went down the field, and in 2 plays, Dawson has already gotten deep into Gilmer territory.
For a receiver look this time, they have yet to put it on the ground. And tell you, we have seen that over and over. So far, we've seen an official slip and a receiver slip down there on that turf. So slick surface already.
Boy, just to fake that run there, and Dameron having a hard time with the traction out there. Gilmer quick to get over there and shove him out of bounds. It picks up 5 on the play, though, so not a bad output.
Little pistol look this time. They're going to hand that one right up the middle, and Gilmer meets him in the hole. Looks like it's going to be close to a first down, though. Good run by the tailback, Conley Dyer. Senior-laden offensive unit here, quarterback, receiver, tailback. They've all been here for a while.
Yeah, it was a good ball club a season ago. You mentioned 6-6. Played a lot of ball games together, and
it'll be 3rd and 1 here, so it looks like maybe quarterback sneak situation. Yeah, it is going to be a quarterback sneak, and he'll pick it up. So 1st and goal for Dawson.
Just easy right there, that size the Holtzclaw's got.
So that's going to be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Chance for this Gilmer defense to try to rise up early on. It was a defensive unit that was tested last week on the road, had some injuries, played a lot of freshmen, and had to stand when they needed to, but just not able to finish it off. And that's going to be an easy touchdown for Conley Dyer, and Dawson is on the board first.
Easy 2-yard run there as Dyer, that offensive line doing a good job. Everybody on the ground, and Dyer just hopping over the pile and getting it into the end zone there.
So Dawson like a hot knife through butter on that first possession. But, we've seen that a lot out of Gilmer, and then they make adjustments and sort of tighten up. And so now, they know what Dawson wants to do, and they'll try to stop that. But with 10:21 left in the first quarter, it's Dawson 7, Gilmer nothing. We'll be right back.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC, connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
So Dawson with the early touchdown. Impressive touchdown run there from Dyer, and now special teams unit kicks it off, and that one takes a bounce inside the 10. Gilmer trying to return. Stonecipher is going to be run out of bounds and planted there after a short return at about the 21, 22-yard line.
See where they spot this thing and just taking it on the bounce there. And great coverage there by Dawson getting through, and Braden Hubbard making that tackle.
Oh, 1st and 10. Both these teams coming in at 2 and 3. Of course, we mentioned Dawson has played some big-time opponents. They've gone up as much as 3 classifications. Tall sweep here on 1st down, though, and some running room for Kobe Stonecipher. He's going to have a 1st down and more. Looks like it was a late hit out of bounds, but they'll say he was already engaged, and so that's a nice pickup on 1st down for the Cats.
Yeah, great play there. Typical pitch out to the back. Good blocking downfield and just pitching it wide there. I mean, he's got such a great angle that he's able to get around the end, and boy, a late hit right there on the boundary.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were saying he tripped. I don't know. certainly engaged way out of bounds. First down for Gilmer here, about the 35-yard line. Seth Darling looks over to the sideline. He had a big week through the air. He holds on to it that time, and he's going to have a short gain, but he threw for 165 yards, and there have been games this season where we've only seen him get 1 or 2 attempts, and so that's a big output. And Coach Standard said at the very outset of the season when we first heard from him that this year was going to be doing what the defense gave you. So sometimes, like it was last week, it's Brock Titus for 100 yards from the fullback spot and passing it. Stone Cipher, his output is down. Sometimes we've seen Stone Cipher well over the 200-yard mark in all-purpose yards, and so you have to adjust to what the defense is allowing.
That's a good offense, is just taking what the defense gives you, what they're going to take away. You go the other way, and Dawson had that one sniffed out pretty good.
Tell you what, Seth Darling is taking a licking here earlier on. That's 2 times in a row where he's been kind of planted backwards.
Option pulled it out of the fullback there, and Dawson just had that thing defended really well. I mean, it was the right decision to pull, but when he comes around the end, about 4 white shirts waiting on him.
So 3rd down and 5 here for Gilmer. You don't want to put your defense back on the field that quickly. We'll see what they decide to do. Not in 4-down territory yet, so see if they can pick up the first. Option play here. He is going to pitch it to Stone Cipher. He's got a little bit of room. Tries to put his shoulder down, but he's going to be a yard or so short. So decision time here early for Coach Standard. We'll see what he does.
Good play design and ran well there. Great decision on the option, pulled it, and then tried to bait that in just as long as he could. And Stone Cipher with the edge, but some good speed out there on the perimeter by Dawson to pull him down a yard short.
So offense is out on the field. We'll see what they decide to do. Taking a long time to talk about it. Darling is the pooch punter back there, so you can kind of do what you want to. May try to draw them off sides. We've seen a lot of that this year. 4th down and 1. You'd love for your offense to be able to pick up a yard. It does look like a full yard, though, and Coach Standard sees what the defense has given him and decides he wants to talk about it. So big play here early on. We'll step aside and see what they do right after this.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
So we see a shot there of the International Space Station above us, flying over the stadium here. A little white speck in the middle of your screen, and we're showing you that because we don't want to show you what happened on 4th and 1. But no, pretty cool there to see the space station flying over. Gilmer does go for it. Instead of going up the middle, Stone Cipher tries to run it and did not get north and south fast enough. You're not going to be able to run side to side on this defense, it doesn't look like. And you can see Coach Standard right there telling Stone Cipher exactly what we said. Got to run north and south. He probably could have had it, but maybe trying to get outside a little too much and turnover on downs. So it will be 1st and 10. Dawson already ahead 7-0. Holtzclaw looking for a man. He's got him for a good gain there on 1st down. So let's talk about that decision, Coach Frady. You've got 4th and 1. You running an option. You've got a fullback that gained 100 yards last week. Do you like the sweep, or do you prefer to see him just get the yard?
I'm pushing that line of scrimmage back if I can, and even a quarterback keeper, just something under center. Short yardage situation, can get in trouble sometimes trying to get outside. And I don't necessarily hate the decision to go for it. It's awful early in the game. You've now given Dawson a short field, and if they score here, make it 14-0 here midway through the first quarter, you're in a big, big world of hurt.
Yeah, Jackson Grindle back there at tailback that time, and he's pretty quick. 3 receivers bunched down to the bottom of the screen. And they're going to take a shot downfield, and he has a man for another Dawson County touchdown. That's Braden Hubbard with the catch, and just like that, Dawson ahead 2 scores. And we see the shot here, just beat his man one-on-one.
And I thought there'd been a little pushing and shoving. I thought Gilmer had maybe interfered with him, but he breaks free and still gets in there for the touchdown, and that's a 31-yard touchdown catch. Holtzclaw is a good quarterback, and he's definitely putting it right on the money here tonight.
So, just like that, 14-0, our score. We'll see if Gilmer can answer with their offense when we come back.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. ETC cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. Call or visit etcnow.com today.
So the kickoff here from Dawson, a good return that time by Kobe Stonecipher. Short kick, and he follows his blockers, and Gilmer will have good field position. We've been told by our associates in the truck who told us that was the International Space Station, now that was not the International Space Station. So it is going to be going over us in just a few minutes, though, so we'll see if we can find it again. That was, maybe something that just needed to be wiped off the camera lens. We don't know, but was not the space station.
A little bird poop out there, possibly. Right. Who knows?
Gilmer trying to get up off the deck here. 14-0 is the score just very quickly here in the Shane's Rib Shack first quarter. And, Coach Maxwell really made Coach Standard pay for that choice going forward on 4th and 1.
Well, and the choice that Stonecipher made there on first down is what he should have done on 4th down. The fullback's got the first down there if you keep it. And right there, your offensive line is able to push and get 2 yards, if you need to there. Just a tough decision there by the quarterback. And then, like you said, making them pay, quick strike. This offense can score really quickly here for Dawson. Gilmer's not. They're going to eat that clock. So in a hole now, so really need a good drive out of this offense here.
Well, counterplay that time. Stonecipher runs into his own blocker. Thought he might have some room, and it's a very physical defense for Dawson there. They're gang tackling and making it hurt.
Good size out of this Dawson squad, certainly experienced. They're upperclassmen, so they've been in the weight room growing a little bit. Good size out of this defense. They've been really impressive here so far.
They're going to be 3rd down and 8 here. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. We'll see what Gilmer does. You cannot afford a 3 and out. We haven't seen Darling put it in the air. This might be the time to do that. So he will roll back, and he's in trouble, but he's got a man wide open. Had Will Kiker all by himself and just could not connect. He was throwing under duress, but that was going to be a big play.
Yeah, a little bit better protection there. Really a good opportunity to make a play there, and Coach Standard not happy. if that was better blocked, if he's got just a split second to not throw that thing on the run, maybe he gets it where it needed to go. But a tough play there on 4th down. You're going to have to kick it here, and you get a first down right there, and, feels a little bit different.
It's not the same demeanor that we saw from Coach Standard in his interview. He's, big trouble here. That ball is on the ground. Darling tries to throw it away, but it will be a turnover on downs. And we see, as we mentioned, the demeanor changing. Just frustration there from the coach, not because you're losing the game, but because of silly things like that where
hits you in the hands.
Yeah,
hits you in the hands, bounces off your face mask. I mean, a good recovery to pick that thing up and at least throw it away, but there is a flag on the play. I'm sure they're going to get grounding maybe there. So bad to worse, possibly to catastrophic here in another play or two if Lumpkin scores.
And what you saw there, the worst thing is to do something stupid and then have to explain it. So Coach Standard demanding an explanation. At the beginning of the year, we saw him be very patient, even on the sidelines. You're learning. Now their expectations. This is your 6th game. You're playing in region. These games count. And so I think he's a little bit aggravated with the simple mistakes that have been made here early on. There we see Sid Maxwell, and he's getting an explanation from the officials. Trying to get a satisfactory explanation from the officials. Our officiating crew tonight, the referee there, Rick Bodie, umpire Tim Clark, the linesman Scott Ritchie, line judge is Michael Morris, field judge Tyler Gonzalez, and the side judge is Austin Brown. Our clock operators tonight, Luke Davenport, newlywed Luke Davenport over there running the game clock, and Ron Baird on the play clock. So they are going to call intentional grounding. Don't think you could argue that.
Gilmer's actually winning the time of possession battle here because, holding the ball 4 to 5 minutes here. It's, Dawson scored in a minute and a half the first drive, scored in about a minute the second drive. So Dawson time of possession doesn't matter too much when you're able to just score quickly.
Gilmer defense that time brings down the tailback after a short gain. That, of course, is Dyer, scored the touchdown earlier. So really the first play where we haven't seen Dawson just rip a chunk of yardage. 2nd down and 9. Variety of offensive looks. We've seen bunch receivers. We've seen 2 on each side. This time you got a more traditional 3-receiver look.
Pistol.
They're going to hand it off, and Gilmer's defense rising up again. So they're going to have a chance to get a 3rd down stop here and see if they can force Dawson at least into a field goal chance or a 4th down chance.
Of course, with the way they throw the ball, too, they've got an opportunity to get a big play at any time. But testing out the middle of that Gilmer defense, and tip your hat to that defense there. That's 2 straight plays. They've really bowed up and won the line of scrimmage. We've seen this offensive line really get the better of this defense most of the night here so far. So a good job to.
You saw a shot there, not to interrupt you, the middle linebackers, Hadaway and Sampson, 2 sophomores, as we see that one up in the air. And that'll be incomplete. Thought the referee might be reaching for a flag, but he's not. But Hadaway and Sampson both double-digit tackles last week in that game as young players, so future's bright at that position. And a good stop there, so it'll be 4th down and 9. And we'll see what they decide to do. Looks like the field goal unit has made their way out onto the field. Gilmer would have loved to get a field goal in that game last week. Could have come away with the win. Kick is up. It is way up in the air. It looks like it will be good. So the stop from getting him in the end zone, but Dawson able to put points up anyway. So with just under 4 minutes left, 17-0. Our score here. We'll be right back.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day, where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack. where every day is game day.
So once again, want to thank our friends at Shane's Rib Shack. They're sponsoring our first quarter, also providing some delicious barbecue to our community. I bet that is a busy place this weekend. We mentioned it's Apple Festival. Lots of folks in town. They had the parade earlier, and after missing the festival last year, I can only imagine how many Cobb and Gwinnett, DeKalb County plates, and Florida plates we'll see this weekend.
You will be for the locals to hang out at home.
Yeah, you'll be heading south of here. I'll be heading a little south, not far enough. I will be actually at the Apple Festival tomorrow. My in-laws are tourists coming up, and so we'll be out there. There's plenty of stuff to eat at that Apple Festival, which makes it all worth it. Short kick this time again, and Gilmer looking for some return room. Oh, they've got it this time, and pulled down from behind that time was Hunter Watkins on the return, but Gilmer with good field position again.
Gilmer's had some good field position, starting the first drive on its own 22, but then got its own 39. This one's going to be across the 40 here. They're going to mark it at the 45. So a short field here for the Bobcats. And
you know, in this situation, we would say, oh, they can flip the field and all that. That time has passed. You got to score here when you're down 17-0.
Yeah. And they've only ran 8 offensive plays here so far tonight. So,
Darling under center. He's going to hand it off to his fullback, takes it in the belly. He'll pick up about 2 yards there on first down. Gilmer with that offense, you've got to be patient to play it. Sometimes you got to be patient to watch it. Just not dynamic, especially when you see Dawson just sort of chunking it all over the field. You know, you've got to be patient watching it.
We'll flick of the wrist, and that thing goes where it wants to go. This one's a little bit more methodical, feeling out that defense.
So nice run there from Bactitis. He sort of dives ahead for a couple more yards. It's going to be third and manageable. This is 4-down territory across the 50, so Gilmer with 2 chances to pick it up here.
Well, good job there by the offensive line to hold a block there and let Titus squirt through over right guard. Found just a little seam and got through there. And 3rd and 4, real manageable here for this offense. Really need to get some yardage.
You know, we heard Coach Standard talking about the defense, the base defense for Dawson. Here, so we see this 3rd and 4. This time, Darling going to keep it, and he's going to have room. He'll be out for the first down and more. Good decision that time. A base 3-4 or a 50. And so essentially what happens is you bring that linebacker up as another man on the defensive front. And so you see 4 guys with their hands down and trying to counter this sort of play football in a phone booth look that Gilmer has.
Good decision there by the quarterback to pull that dive, and good run to pick up the first. Ball's at the 40.
Now you see 6 guys just on the line of scrimmage, 4 with their hands down, and Darling keeps it again. He's got some room, and he is going to be off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Bobcats. What a run from the senior quarterback. Light show underway here. That was a huge play from Darling to keep the Cats in this game.
Boy, great decision there on the option play to get outside and really showing some speed off. If he gets outside, he's certainly got the ability to run, and making them pay there. And, boy, big extra point right here, making a 2-possession game. Be a 2-possession game either way, but you want to make it 10.
Taylon Curtis, the freshman kicker, and there is a problem there. Not enough people on the field. Still a few seconds, and boy, Coach Standard was not happy about that. Aaron Walker, a junior lineman there, will, I predict, run a lap or 2 in practice. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. So Gilmer is on the board after the big run from Darling. 17-7 our score. All the fireworks happening here in quarter number 1. We'll be right back.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
So Seth Darling with the run there, and I tell you, Caleb, that was really a momentum-saving and possibly a game-saving score.
Yeah, you don't get points on that drive, you're in big trouble because I think, Dawson's not really they've scored every possession they've had tonight, so you let them get the ball back and go downfield and score. It's over, really, at that point. So Gilmer making some noise here. In this first quarter, get a point. You're down 10, 2 scores. In a good place now to really go out and try to get a stop here. Held them to a field goal last drive, which was certainly big, but, like you said, maybe onside kick here, maybe you pooch it, something to try to get a little field position.
Tell you what makes you feel good, too. Seth Darling was 40 yards in a hurry.
He had somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And he was wiggling for sure.
So they're going to kick it straight on. It's a short kick, and it's taken by the up man there, and convoy of blockers. And, I'll tell you what, great field position. Special teams continue to be an issue for a lot of high school teams, but especially for the Cats. Leah does a good job at that one, way short, and Dawson going to be in business here, 1st and 10.
Starting at their own 34 has been the worst field position of the night for Dawson. They'll start at the 37 here. But they've started in Gilmer territory twice, so the special team's not doing the team any favors here.
So we've seen Dawson really be able to do whatever they wanted to offensively. Good gain on 1st down. He's going to pay for it. That is, once again, number 17 for Dawson. That's Bailey Dameron, as you mentioned, one of the top 10 receivers yardage-wise in the state. That's a lot of forward progress there. He was tackled 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to gain 5 yards on the play. So be 2nd down and 5 here. Gilmer, you're hoping for bobbled snap, turnover, something to get your momentum going again. And instead, they're going to have Dameron, and he is going to be way down deep, almost to the red zone, stopped at about the 21-yard line, it looks like.
There's a flag back here.
Okay, so flag down in the area of holding. But that was a beautiful pitch and catch right down the seam. Ineligible man downfield, Mr. Becker tells us.
Holzclaw came into the season needing just 2,000 yards to become Dawson County's all-time leader in passing yards, which 2,000 sounds like a lot. That's 800 less than what he threw for a season ago. So he may have already broken that record here so far, with Dameron already having 600 yards of passing on the season. He's at least certainly getting close to that here as this season progresses.
So 2nd down and 5, or excuse me, 2nd and 10 now after the penalty, and another pitch and catch to Dameron. That's going to be good enough for the 1st down, and got to cover that guy.
Yeah, he is a really good receiver out there on the edge. Physical, got some good speed, but he's just physical, and good catch here, good size, turning, making that play for the 1st down, pick up another 3 yards or so there after the catch. So great 1st down play there, and Dawson on the move again.
1st and 10 from just across midfield. Wow, that one right off the hands of Dameron. That could have been trouble, but just falls innocently out of bounds. Yeah, no excuse for that one. Just hit him in the hands.
He'll probably get the opportunity to make up for it, though, as already a big touchdown catch here on the night.
So So this time the tailback keeps it, and he is off to the races, and that will be a score. Huge run that time by Jackson Grindle, and he just broke through there and was gone. Dawson County on the board again.
Second different rushing touchdown tonight here. The first one on the evening by Dyer, and of course this one here by Grindle, and that's a 49-yard touchdown run. Boy, the seas just parted there in the middle, and that offensive line just giving him a ton of room to get through up to the second level, and once he got to the second level, he was gone easily. A 49-yard touchdown run, 5-play drive here.
Feel extra point is up and good. If you took the over in this game, you're in pretty good shape. Already 31 points on the board with 19 seconds left. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be right back. 24-7 Dawson.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East LJ today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
49-yard touchdown run that time from Jackson Grindle, the 5'7", 150-pound tailback. And you know what? A lot of tailbacks could have scored with that blocking. He had plenty of room, and then, of course, the speed to break away at the end. Gilmer out there trying to defend those wide receivers, and just a simple handoff up the middle for 7.
I wouldn't have scored. I would have got caught from behind, but I'd have got you a first down there for sure. That was a big hole. Offensive line did a great job. They've given the quarterback a ton of time when he's needed to throw tonight. We've seen several long runs for big yardage here, and Dawson really playing well.
So another short kick. Hunter Watkins takes it. They are kicking away from Stonecipher, but Watkins already made them pay once, and that time gives Gilmer decent field position again, but you're going to have to score if you can't stop them, and another opportunity for Gilmer. And they're going to have to steal a couple possessions too.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some turnovers here. Of course, Dawson's taking good care of the ball here so far. They're going to have to really make some mistakes to let Gilmer get back in this. Going to have to get a takeaway, onside kick. First and foremost, you're going to have to get the ball down the field and score again here.
So this should be the final play of the first quarter. Once again, I want to thank our friends at Shane's Rib Shack for bringing it to you. Yeah, handoff to Titus. He gets popped, but he'll pick up about 3, and that should be and will be our final play here of the first quarter. I tell you what, a lot of fireworks, but Dawson scored on every possession, 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and they will carry a big lead into the second quarter. We'll step aside and bring it back to you. Gilmer trying to march down the field, down 24-7.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
Second down and 8 upcoming here for Gilmer. And I'm going to switch into the field and head the other direction. A couple scores for you. Pickens 21, Ridgeland 8 in the second quarter. So the Dragons with the lead there. North Hall 17, Lumpkin 0. North Hall looking to stay atop the region with Cherokee Bluff and this Dawson team. Darling keeps it that time and nowhere to go. Pepperell up 9-0 over Gordon Central. Gordon Central having a rough year. Union plays Banks tonight in region play. White County leads West Hall 7-0. Chattooga up 14-3 over Coosa in the second quarter. Northwest and Cedartown scoreless. Heritage and Central also scoreless in the first quarter, so we'll try to keep an update on those. Model and Dade tied at 7. Copper Basin trails Meigs 27-0 early on over there. We'll just kind of keep you abreast of all those scores throughout the game. Big play here, 3rd down and 6. Tell you, Brock Titus battles. I think he gets 4, maybe 5. Decision time again. I think if you're Coach Standard, you got to go for it.
I think so. I mean, you haven't been able to really stop them yet here tonight. Good play here on 3rd down. I mean, it's not enough yardage there, but a good play up the middle by Titus, just hard running there and letting a couple of white shirts get in there and push him back there late, but good hard running. I mean, Gilmer's physical, trying to attack the middle of this defense, and yeah, you're right. Decision time. Looks like they're going to go for it here. You need 2 yards. So
Cade Molador on the tackle that time, senior captain, and he really kept him from picking that up. So what do you run here, Coach?
I'd see if you can push that middle of the defense around again. You've had opportunities to do that and have done well with it, and that's where they go, and a good seam there for the 1st down.
Man, they're going to be hiring you after that. That was a good play call. Probably what they should have done the first time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Gilmer's been able to pick yardage up in the middle when they've needed to. They've only barely been stopped a handful of times. So that dive is working, and that's a good thing. You know, to stop an option offense, you take that dive away first. And Gilmer's got the dive as an option here. So as long as you got your dive working, it makes those pitches work. It makes those keepers work a lot more, and a fresh set of downs here.
So 1st and 10 creeping towards midfield, and you're keeping the ball away from Dawson, which you want. Darling with some more room. He's down the outside again, and he is in another foot race. Defenders have the angle, but he's going to be all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Another great run from the Gilmer quarterback.
Gilmer offense really starting to kind of find some traction here. Great. The defense just falling for the dive there, and the offense really moving the ball here. Gilmer's had a lot of luck with big chunk plays here, and a good job there by Darling.
Coach Standard, no emotion in the background, arms folded.
Just watching him run.
Darling almost runs into the pile of Gilmer alumni players. That was a big body he was headed into down there.
There's several big bodies down there. I wouldn't want to be running into those guys.
Former linemen down there. Some of you may recognize some of those guys. 1st down and 10. Gummed up that time as Titus holds on to it, and he's going to be stopped for virtually no gain, and a little shove for good measure. You got to love Seth Darling tonight. We mentioned, you know, taking what the defense gives you. Tonight it's been the quarterback run, and the burst, the separation. You know, we haven't seen a lot of that from him.
Well, I love big 79 there at the end of that thing, grabbing one of his smaller teammates who was running his mouth a little bit and just tossing him aside, letting him get back in the huddle there. And
big Wyatt Ledford down there in his senior season.
A little bit of jawing going on, but
going to be a timeout taken by Dawson. So while they talk it over, we'll take a timeout as well. 24-7 here in this DQ second quarter.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
So long time out taken there by both teams. Dawson didn't like the look they had defensively. 2nd down and 10. Gilmer here in 4-down territory, needing to get it in the end zone to try to stay close here. They roll out that time looking for a throw back across the field, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown Bobcats. What a catch there from Blake Reese, the sophomore tailback. He's out there and just kind of snuck behind everybody, and he was wide open back there in the end zone. Great play design and execution out of the timeout.
Yeah, defense fooled there, bit really well. Had to watch his footwork there, make sure he didn't run through the back of the end zone on that touchdown pass. Swinging gate there on the extra point look. And after a slow start, Gilmer's offense is starting to kind of find some traction here and able to kind of go score for score, at least on the last couple of possessions. You just hate that you're down 10. That's where you really need to stop here to try to get back in this thing.
Yeah, extra point up and good, 24-14. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Be right back.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
So Gilmer with the answer, 24-14. You do get the ball back after halftime, but as you look down the possessions for Dawson, 4-yard touchdown run, 31-yard touchdown reception, field goal, 49-yard touchdown run. There are no stops there, so you would love to see the Dawson County punter make an appearance here.
Yeah, you need a stop. I think about onside kicking it here, something to try to steal a possession. I think you're going to need to get a possession away, having them to keep them out of the end zone or off the scoreboard on any of your drives here so far. So going to have to steal a possession and score to really turn this thing into a shootout to go back and forth.
So Tony Olea there lining it up. Gilmer crew socks there with the G. That's a cool look they got going on.
Very spirited.
Olea kicks it. Probably the deepest kick of the night. That's going to go out of bounds. Maybe not the worst thing. You're going to get it. Haven't done so great on fielding those kicks, but down 10 here in this Dairy Queen second quarter, and we, as always, want to thank Dairy Queen for sponsoring this. This is Dairy Queen in Jasper, LJ, and Blue Ridge. I went the other day and got some of those pretzels with the queso. Pretty good stuff. A little sea salt on those pretzels.
Hard to beat.
Needing a snack during the afternoon. It's a good place to go. That'll be another place that is overrun tomorrow, right in the Apple Festival Boulevard there.
The main intersection of travelers.
Right. 1st and 10. Dawson with the ball, and I think they're going to get Gilmer offside. No, they're going to say a false start. Gilmer was shifting around on that defensive front, and they got somebody to jump. So 1st and 15 for Dawson.
Be the second penalty of the night here on the Tigers.
And he got started just a little bit early. Nice work from our camera folks right there. Gilmer defense trying to confuse Dawson with the different looks they're giving them. Pitch and catch there, out of bounds is the receiver, and that's number 2 that time. I believe that's his first catch on the night, and that is Doug Pagel, junior wide receiver, listed at 5'9", 150. Tiptoe in there on the sideline.
Only gets about it's a few yards there, gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then over one.
2nd and 9. Gilmer looks like they might be expecting run here. They got a pass, and whoa, that one is there. Oh, right in and out of the hands of Kobe Stonecipher. We talked about stealing a possession. That was almost a chance there. It was in and out of the hands of Sawyer Bearden, and almost went the other way.
Well, a couple of Bobcats really with an opportunity to get that thing there bouncing around. And see Gilmer showing blitz there late, nearly jumped off sides. And, boy, a bobble, tipped. 1-2 Bobcats with hands on it right there.
It looked like Bryson Daniel had a chance at it too. So Alex Sampson there coming on the blitz. That's going to be a big first down. And I don't know how you let that happen, but somehow Bailey Dameron gets lost, and he's out just past that first down marker. So what looked like it was going to be a big stop turns into a first down for the Tigers.
Maybe a curl route there on 3rd and 9, and he picked up 10. He got just one more than he needed there. That 49 was the line to gain, and good play design there by Dawson. Send a guy right out to the stick where you got to go, get him open. He turns and gets it in there.
Jeff Nelson, defense coordinator, earning his money tonight. He almost gets to make a tackle that time as we talk about him right on cue. But this Dawson offense, multiple in their looks and what they try to do. And yeah, he was lining up ready for the tackle that time. The footwork is still there for Coach Nelson.
Oh, yeah, he was ready, threw those arms up. He was ready to grab. Got a little 4-yard gain there on first down.
Quick release from the quarterback that time. So this time just tightly packed in there, and somebody called timeout.
Flag on the play.
That was going to be a flag. Came from the opposite side that time.
I think this one's going to be on Gilmer for jumping.
Yeah, they've been bouncing around over there. Going to bring up 2nd and 1.
4th penalty of the night on the Bobcats.
If nothing else, though, this drive, they're making Dawson work for it. Just kind of slowing that pace down a little bit. Dawson just clicking on all cylinders earlier. Now they've sort of had to be more methodical.
Gilmer been sending pressure pretty regularly.
This time, yeah, sending an extra rusher, and it's going to be a problem. They've got a receiver open, and good job defensively by Hunter Watkins. I don't know about that penalty. Had their best receiver one-on-one and stopped him, and they're going to call him for pass interference. It seems like any time there's one-on-one, if there's any contact, they throw the flag. But, you forget the receiver has just as much right to the ball, or excuse me, the defensive back has just as much right to the ball as the receiver. And so as long as he's not, holding or yanking, they are going to call holding. So we'll see a replay of that. Don't want to jump on the officials until we see it again. So
Holsclaw looking around, going through those reads, and boy, cocked it before he fired there, and you see some grabbing there.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I'm of the opinion I always like them getting to play. Let them be, have some contact with each other and let them be physical.
And if you say the hold was earlier, that's fine, but the flag didn't come until well after the end of the play. So bad break for Gilmer there, and another bad break as that tailback takes off. Good job out there tackling one-on-one by Bryson Daniel. You love Holtzclaw, though, just smooth as silk out there.
I mean, he's a senior. He certainly looks like it. Hasn't been rattled, real unflappable here tonight. He just, runs the play, goes through his reads, gets the ball where it needs to go. Really in control with this offense.
Unflappable, not able to be flapped. That's going to be a beautiful pitch and catch for another Dawson County touchdown. I tell you what, they are completely in sync, and that was nice. That time it was to number 9, Dominic LeBlanc, sophomore.
So touchdown passes of 31 yards and 26 now for Holsclaw on the night.
So Dawson continues to roll. And not bad coverage that time, just a perfect route and put the ball right in his chest, hit him in stride. And that is going to be another extra point up and good. So with 7:55 left in the second quarter, 31-14 the score. We'll see if Gilmer can answer with their offense when we come back from the break.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
So 31-14 now the score. That Dawson offense just, well-oiled machine marching down the field. And you see this play just hits LeBlanc right in stride there. Just a little move to the inside and beat Hunter Watkins by a step, and he was gone. So that experience there from the senior makes it happen. There you see a shot of the student section. One of those students looked like maybe he should be working for ETC tonight instead of sitting in the student section and texting. We won't reveal any names, but everybody has to take the night off and enjoy homecoming. 31-14 our score here, and Gilmer, if they score and run this clock out, has a chance to maybe score twice, but that defensive unit got to get something going. Convoy of blockers here for Watkins, and he's cutting back, still got some room over there on the outside. He's out past the 40 and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Watkins has had a lot of room to wiggle down there in this return game.
Kind of gets lost in that mix of blockers there for a second and just weaving his way through traffic. Spin move right there, breaking three.
Reminds me of my NCAA on Xbox days right there. A little whoop, spin move. And
then a little high step there. Looked like he was wanting to really kind of slowing down to see where those guys were going to go. But great return ball at the 47. Best field position Gilmer's had to start with all night.
So 1st and 10 here in this DQ second quarter. Gilmer trying to go stride for stride here, and that one is sniffed out up the middle. Titus gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
They call that one dead pretty quickly there. I think to save him from being tossed to the ground. Just dive play. That one diagnosed really well. Great job there by Dawson, just getting off block. Big 73. Cade Adams getting off that block and making a tackle.
So 2nd down and 10. We'll see what they come up with here. Going to hand it to Titus again, and nothing doing. So behind the chains here, which is not what you want. 3rd down and 10.
And I give a credit here to this defense for making some adjustments. Gilmer was really having a lot of luck with that dive here up until this drive, and that's 2 straight dives for no gain. So that defense making some adjustments and trying to defend that dive a little bit more tighter.
So we'll see what they come up with. Long discussion over there. Only 15 seconds left on the play clock, and Coach Stander's still talking it over. Looks like maybe they're going to let this one run down and then call a timeout. Wonder what they're talking about, Caleb. Maybe where the post-game meal will be.
Waffle House.
Killing some time.
Yeah.
Waffle House would be a great place for a post-game meal. Waffle House's food is wonderful. They're not a sponsor, so we can talk about them. We're going to say right here during this timeout. Food is great. I love the temperature. It's always nice and cool in there. We got to get some more tables in Waffle House, though.
Yeah.
There can be a long wait in the Waffle House for that All-Star special. So this is an important thing, Caleb. In our friendship, I've got to know your All-Star special order while we have a minute during the timeout.
I used to in high school went for the triple hash browns. I mean, I got them all the way you could get them. Covered, smothered, topped, chopped, everything. Go with more traditional breakfast now. Bacon and eggs, maybe steak if you're feeling a little frisky. So spent many a post game at Waffle House in high school after the Cats, usually taking a loss. But I have witnessed homecoming magic before, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, I don't get a lot of love from the Waffle House people on this. I go grits instead of hash browns on my All-Star special. You go eggs scrambled with cheese or sunny side up, depending on what the day is. You go bacon, you got your toast. Pecan waffle sometimes with the grit. So
you're really mixing it up.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Seth Darling rolls out here looking for a man, and that one is nearly picked. Little predictable there as he telegraphed that one. Our post game spot when I was in high school. This is going to take you back. Shoney's.
Oh, man.
Shoney's breakfast buffet on a Friday night. You could go and eat enough breakfast food where you slept until noon on Saturday, and it was great. Got up, watched a little college game day. My senior year in high school, 2004, Auburn goes undefeated, wins the SEC championship. I was there. They beat Tennessee in the SEC championship, and then get cheated out of an opportunity to play for a national title. Oklahoma and USC play that year. That still hurts. Still hurts.
Wasn't a competitive game, so
right.
Certainly makes you wonder what if.
Punting time now for the Cats, and good directional kick going to go out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Speaking of Auburn, big game tomorrow. We're going to try to get up and go to the Apple Festival and be back home by 3:30. CBS, Georgia and Auburn. Georgia, of course, the number 2 team in the country, as they are 15-point favorite over Auburn. But strange things have happened for the Bulldogs in Jordan-Hare. Football tends to bounce weird directions and tip off people's hands, and we'll just have to see how that plays out. But certainly the Dogs have looked very impressive so far this year.
I think you could certainly make a logical argument they're the number 1 team in the country. Alabama, has a lock on that spot, but they've maybe played more complete games than Alabama has. But that's certainly competition starting to stiffen up a little bit for Georgia. But amazing thing Georgia doing with a backup quarterback too.
Yeah, great defensive play that time by Alex Sampson, sniffing out that screen. The sophomore there really playing well. Check this out. They thought they saw the Gilmer pressure and run a little screen, and Sampson just reads it and makes the tackle. That's a good job from the young player. But yeah, certainly. As an Auburn fan, I have to take issue. You look at the AP top 25. Penn State there, as that one is dropped, sitting at number 4. So Auburn on their schedule they'll already have to play number 1, number 2, and number 4. Penn State could very well be number 3 if they knock off Iowa tomorrow. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. You also got Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M ranked in the top 25. So I know Georgia's played the likes of Vanderbilt so far this year, but they got some tough games with Florida. How about Kentucky this year?
Kentucky hard to get a read on.
Actually favored against LSU tomorrow. Man, if I'd have told you that a couple years ago.
Makes you think back to 2007, what a wild year in college football that was when Kentucky beat LSU in Lexington double overtime. I've been triple overtime. LSU going on to win the national championship that season, losing twice in double or triple overtime. So a weird season, and Kentucky's nothing great, but they're doing just enough to win, and you're 5-0. I mean, it's hard to argue with it.
The Les Miles era, what a turbulent time. I was at Les Miles' last game as the head coach of LSU. Dawson takes a timeout there. Hey, it's going to be a big weekend. Good game here on Friday night, good games tomorrow. Lots of cool stuff going on. We'll take a break and be right back as our homecoming game continues here on ETC.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. ETC cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. Call or visit etcnow.com today.
So timeout there taken by Dawson. They've only got one left. Gilmer in the same situation, so everybody using their full allotment of timeouts. First time we have seen Dawson in a punting situation. A couple of incomplete passes, and they will punt it. Gilmer came after it that time, not able to get it, and then it's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Little conversation out there at the 45 between two players engaged in a little wrestling match.
And Mason Smith got thrown to the ground there at the end of that conversation.
So Gilmer with a chance here, trying to make something happen before halftime, down 31-14.
Great field position again for Gilmer, starting at its own 46, got a short field. Getting a punt out of that Dawson offense for the first time tonight.
So, as we talked about the timeouts, they're going to take another one. And we will take it with them, 31-14, our score.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
Offsides on Dawson called there, so out of the timeout. Gilmer had a play in mind, but Dawson ruins it. But hey, you still get 5 yards out of it, so it'll be first down and 5 for Gilmer. That's going to put them already into Dawson County territory. Look, that was just going to be a little counter to Stone Cipher. See a shot of Big Wyatt Ledford. Blocked out 3 of the other players there, did Ledford.
The anchor on that offensive line.
Yeah. So they fake it that time, play action. Darling's got to get rid of it, and wow, that is completed. What a throw and catch. And there's a flag. I believe that's going to be roughing the passer back there as well, so it'll be an additional 15. We'll see the shot here on the quarterback at the end of the play. Yeah, late hit, and just a great job out there staying with it by the Gilmer receiver. I believe that's Kiker out there who caught that ball.
Well, and Kenny Nelson just loses track of the ball there as he's in defense mode there. Could have maybe made a play on the ball, but just lost and allowed Kiker to make the play.
You know, when you saw Darling put that one up, you thought it was going to be big trouble, but not only complete, they're going to get an extra 15. So, wow, offsetting penalties. Gilmer got called for a hold on that play as well. Coach Stander visibly distraught over there, talking to the official. That looked like it was going to be a huge gain. Instead, it'll be offsetting penalty. So the gain for naught, and Coach Stander just beside himself over there. So we'll just do it again. First down and 5.
Coach Stander still having a talk with one of our referees.
Going to be a handoff to Titus, and he got a couple yards and then was pushed backwards. Clock continuing to roll, 5 minutes left in this Dairy Queen second quarter. Gilmer would love to score with zeros on the clock.
Get the ball to start the second half, so that'd be a really big answer here.
You've already forced Dawson into one punt, so if your defense can hold, certainly this game not over by any stretch of the imagination. Second down and 4. They only give him a yard there on first down. They're going to throw it out wide this time. Stone Cipher with some room to run. He is going to be grabbed. I'll tell you what, that number 12 that time, Christian Webb, the junior cornerback, saved a bigger gain by just sort of reaching out and grabbing his jersey.
Good job by Webb, just to get off that block. Not really well blocked there by Kiker.
But good enough for the first down.
Boy, old 33 comes diving in on there late.
So Gilmer got it down to 4 minutes here from the 40-yard line. They did use all their timeouts, so don't want to use all the clock, but certainly you still have plenty of time to do what you want to do here before the half. Gilmer going to get called for the false start that time. Oh, no, they're going to call offsides again. I thought maybe Gilmer moved a little early, but that's about the 5th offsides penalty we've seen between the two teams. Trying to get an extra nose there at the line of scrimmage.
5th penalty of the night here on the Tigers.
Not sure who it was that time.
Just lined up offsides, it looked like.
So 1st down and 5 again for Gilmer. Dawson does still have one timeout if they get winded and choose to use it on defense here, so we could see one more stoppage in play. It's rare that you see both teams use all 3 timeouts in the first half. Sometimes you see it in the second half, but oh, plugged up there. Somebody's got to hold on to that football. Looks like Titus ends up with it, but they blew up the mesh point that time. See here as he gets ready to give it off. That's big 73 again, and he is living in that backfield. Is Cade Adams, 6'2", 265, only a junior, the big D tackle. You know, we always complain about not being able to see numbers. We've got the bright white numerals for Gilmer and then those bright gold ones for Dawson, so no trouble seeing numbers tonight. Titus that time with a short gain. So Caleb, 3rd down and about 5. What do you do?
Well, you're kind of in a good place there. You've got a lot of options. They've got this dive kind of bottled up here right now. Maybe try to lure them in and pitch something outside. You've had luck with a couple of passes here. If you can sneak somebody out of the backfield, really the playbook kind of open right here with what you could do.
2 chances.
Yeah, and you definitely got 2 chances. Yeah, you're not punting here.
We'll see what they do. They are going to throw. Darling protected well. He's got a man wide open, and they just can't connect. That's Kiker. That's the 2nd time we've seen them just a little bit off, and it was certainly there.
Fake the pitch and could have probably went on that dive there that time. 4th and 2, it's 2 down territory. You pick up 1 or 2 on that dive, you've really got a good chance to try to move the pile on 4th down, but they've really played that dive well here on this drive. So I don't hate the decision there to put it in the air.
Should have been a 1st down.
No, absolutely. You should have made the catch wide open.
Interesting, they roll him out against his body, so he's having to try to set and throw.
Done that a lot.
Pressure.
They do that a lot for sure.
So he's going to do it again. He has a man open. This time he's going to go back across the middle of the field, and well defended that time by Dawson, so it'll be a turnover on downs for Gilmer.
I don't know if they feel like that left side of the line blocks a little bit better in pass protection or what, but just a lot of movement causing him to stop, turn, and get those legs set and get the feet squared away to throw, and again threw it into an area. Could have been a catch, really contested there. Good defense as well, and so turnover on downs for the Cats.
We've complimented Darling a lot tonight. A couple underthrows, though, there back-to-back. You really abandon the run there a couple times, get away from what you do on 3rd and 4th down. I think that's one where PG Standard and his dad there will look back and say, that's probably not what we should have done. But you've only got 2 minutes on the clock, so a chance to get a stop. And good pickup on 1st down, finally brought down by a host of defenders that time. little dance going on there, a little waltz between the tackler and tailback.
Yeah, he was really kept those legs moving, really trying to find some extra space, and a good hard-earned run there. Picks up 6 yards.
You mentioned Dawson still with 1 timeout, a minute 49 left to go.
And the way they can move the ball through the air, got a ton of time left, going to go back on the ground.
Gilmer holding on to the ankles there, so that'll be about a yard short of the 1st down. So interesting, like you said, very dynamic through the air, but they're just trying to Maybe
It's like they're trying to bleed a little clock right here, knowing that they can strike quickly and pick up big chunk plays. Don't want to leave any time on the clock maybe here.
You know, it's homecoming here. There's a dance tomorrow. Dyer looks like he's getting ready, Dancing with the Stars or something. Those have been some toes, just very dynamic in the movement.
Maybe finding him a available lady cat that needs a date to the dance tomorrow night.
I would not suggest that he show up after what he's doing to him tonight. That time just plows over a defender and moves on forward. Under a minute, though, to go on the clock.
I think now you're going to start to see a little hurry up here with the timeout to stop the clock. You see Holtzclaw really motioning he wants the play. I think he wants the guys up there ready to roll here. I think you're going to see a lot more hurry up and some tempo now.
Clock does stop to move the chains on first down in high school, so they're able to stop it there. And
boy, just terrible clock management right here by Dawson. Nobody really knows what the play. You saw Holtzclaw jumping up and down, wanting the play, wanting to get everybody set up. He may not have even known the play either. And one of the assistant coaches calling timeout there, and you saw, I think, the headsets from head coach Sid Maxwell getting tossed to the ground. He was really flustered having to burn that final timeout. Not only you have to burn that final timeout, you wasted a good 8-9 seconds there for no reason.
Yeah, and he's upset with the officials. It seemed like it took an inordinate amount of time to get that ball set. So, you know, the clock stops to move the chains. You got a chance to call the play, and then it was like it just took a while to get it going. And we saw the official standing over the ball, and finally Coach Maxwell just calls a timeout, and he's over there trying to get an explanation, and he's getting one from the referee. And we've seen a few animated discussions between Rick Bodie and the coaches tonight. But regardless, that final timeout is used, so they'll have 42 seconds left to get there. Of course, at halftime, it is homecoming, so we'll see a king and a queen crowned, all the homecoming court, and everybody dressed up all nice. We've seen them throughout the day. Both of the bands will play post-game tonight. We'll have that for you as well. Holtzclaw pitch and catch that time, and he was bobbling that on the way out of the bounds, but they say complete, so that'll stop the clock. That's what you need.
Yeah, good play. You knew exactly what he was doing. He was looking that way the entire time. Take that snap. Guys in motion, looks, kind of designed throw there going to that motion. Exactly what you needed. Just stop the clock and reset.
That reception is good, and he's still on his feet. And that is going to be a Dawson County touchdown. Just could not bring Dameron down, and that is the one thing you could not have happen here right before halftime.
Yeah, just coming out of the slot here on this slant run here, immediately knows where he's going with the football. And Gilmer's got him. You know, you can make a tackle right here, 1, 2 missed tackles, and Dameron just slippery, sneaking out and scoring. And Gilmer got it. Within 10, they were able to go back and forth on the scores, and now Dawson's gotten another score here to really push this thing out. 3 scores, a tough break there for Dawson or for Gilmer. But Dawson did exactly what he wanted to do right there: burn time, work your way downfield. When you got to go, press the accelerator. Big plays, they know they've got them.
Yeah, and so really, if you're Gilmer, that last possession, you're thinking we want to score and run the clock out. Instead, you don't score, and you give Dawson a touchdown with 25 seconds left. And so now this one going into the half, instead of feeling close, feels out of reach.
Yeah, and that could be a momentum crusher right there, too. Gilmer, lose all confidence in its ability to maybe make a comeback right here. See everybody lined up for homecoming. Dawson County bringing a good contingent over the mountain from Dawsonville this evening, and Tigers have looked good.
As we mentioned, Fannin off tonight. Pickens with the game over at Ridgeland. Everything seems to be going well for the Dragons tonight. And the clock has stopped again. I know nobody has timeouts left, so not sure what this is about. It's got to be an official timeout.
Coach Maxwell was out on the field like it was a timeout. I didn't have one to call, so I'm not really sure what the discussion is going to be about here. But
halftime scores for you: Pickens 24-8 over Ridgeland. North Hall 30-0 over Lumpkin. Meigs County 40-0 over Basin. Pepperell 16-0 over Gordon Central. 21-3 Chattooga over Coosa. White County 21-0 over the West Hall Spartans at halftime. How about this score for you? Cedar Grove 21, Lowndes 7. Cedar Grove jumping up and playing the big boys tonight. The Heritage Generals trail 7-6 against Central of Carroll. Dade County and Model tied at 7 at the break. Cedartown 29-3 over Northwest at halftime. We'll try to keep you updated on some more of those scores. Cedar Grove, wow.
Man, that's a surprising score.
Coach Jamie DeBose down there at Lowndes letting one slip away. That one rolling around on the ground. Hunter Watkins going to pick it up and look for a crease. Nowhere really to go that time. He's out of bounds at the 30.
Go about the 30-yard line or so. First down, Cats.
Line drive kick, try to get that thing on the ground and do exactly what it did there. Get a Gilmer guy to touch it, gets that clock to running. Gilmer going to be at its own 31. 18 seconds left and no timeouts. And curious to see if Gilmer just runs a play here just to get the clock moving, or if they're going to try to take a shot here.
So Gilmer will hand it off to Titus, and he's wrapped up by the ankle, and that should do it for our first half of play. So as the clock expires here, we will step aside as well. Come back with us at halftime. We've got homecoming festivities. We are live inside Huff Mosley Memorial Stadium right here on ETC.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ETC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
Welcome to the Luttrell's Hardware halftime show, where tonight the main attraction is homecoming. You see the marching band out on the field. The homecoming court is ready to go just about. Drum major is making her way up to the podium. Want to congratulate all these folks for this achievement, being part of the homecoming court. There you see last year's queen, Hope Caldwell. She'll crown the new queen tonight. Looking forward to this halftime show. So, without further ado, we will send it down to public address for the homecoming festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gilmer High School's 2021 Homecoming Court Ceremony. We would like to thank Karen Kerr from LJ Flores for donating the beautiful flowers for tonight's ceremony, as well as our student government officers for helping to present tonight. We're going to start tonight with our freshman representatives. They are Sophia Likens and Jackson McVeigh. Sophia is the daughter of Larry and Shay Likens. Her favorite thing at this time is playing club soccer. Jackson is the son of Patrick and Susan McVeigh. He enjoys spending time with his friends and aspires to demonstrate a Christ-like behavior while still being a dominant presence on the basketball court for GHS. Our sophomore representatives are Holly Dick and Caden Farrist. Holly is the daughter of Scott and Gina Dick. She is a member of the Friends Club. And Caden is the son of Joe and Vialicia Farrist. As an aspiring leader, he is currently the executive director of the Georgia Teen Republicans, sophomore class president, and the Gilmer High School Chick-fil-A Leadership Ambassador. This year's junior representatives are Basti Reynoso and Ishmael Garcia Landaverde. Basti is the daughter of Domingo Reynoso and Maria Lopez Pedro. She is the co-captain of the Gilmer High School Color Guard and a member of the GHS Student Government Association and the GHS History Honor Society. Ishmael is the son of Sodero Garcia Martinez and Bertoldo Landaverde Rincon. He aspires to be a mechanic and likes to hang out with his friends. And now for our 2021 senior female representatives. First, we have Ariel Prisco. Ariel is the daughter of boatswain mate second class Thomas Prisco, U.S. Coast Guard retired, and Christy Prisco. She is the GHS Color Guard and Winter Guard captain, member of FCCLA and History Honor Society, and an active member of the LJ First United Methodist Church. Next, we have Ashley Lopez Perez. Ashley is the daughter of Murtala Perez. She is one of the drum majors for the marching band and the vice president of the class of 2022 and a member of the History Honor Society. Our next senior is Bella Zagarola. Bella is the daughter of Andres and Julie Zagarola. She has been a cheerleader for 10 years, the last 4 years here at GHS, and her favorite thing is rain. Next, we have Cadence Smith. Cadence is the daughter of Terry and Connie Smith. She is a member of the First Baptist Church, enjoys the outdoors, and has played soccer for 13 years. Our next senior girl is Emma Abernathy. Emma is the daughter of Barry and Beverly Abernathy. She is a member of the GHS cheer team, and in her free time, she enjoys hanging out with her friends and family. Next, we have Jasmine Garcia Sanchez. Jasmine is the daughter of Abel and Maria Garcia. She has been a member of the FCCLA club for 4 years and enjoys going out with friends and spending all her dad's money on unnecessary things. Next, we have Jessica Futch. Jessica is the daughter of Andy and Jennifer Futch and is a member of the GHS varsity tennis team, FFA, History National Honor Society, and enjoys hanging out with her family and friends. Our next senior is Kinsley Purvis. Kinsley is the daughter of Steve and Kara Purvis. She enjoys traveling, watching UGA football, dancing, being a member of LJ First United Methodist Church Youth Group, and being a member of various clubs at the high school, including SNHS, Beta, and Mu Alpha Theta. Next, we have Octavia Bushy. Octavia is the daughter of Michael and Terry Bushy. She is a member of FFA, shows dairy cattle, and enjoys hanging out with her friends and family. And our final female representative this year is Reagan Bowling. Reagan is the daughter of Jamie and Stephanie Bowling. She keeps herself busy with volleyball, cheer, track, and field soccer. She's class president, and she likes hanging with her friends and AP classes. Now for our senior male representatives. First, we have Britt Taylor. Britt is the son of Craig Taylor and Christy Hensley Taylor. He plays basketball for Gilmer High School and loves his mom. Cade Carter is our next representative. Cade is the son of Billy and Sayward Carter. Tonight, his sister, Kaylin, is escorting him. He likes to surround himself with friends and family and aspires to be an astronaut one day. Our next senior is Carson Bentley. Carson is the son of Randy and Michelle Bentley, and his favorite thing to do is spend time with friends. He also enjoys hunting and fishing with friends and family. Our next senior is Dakota Brown. Dakota is the son of Eddie and Tina Shirley. He is dedicated full-time to the GHS marching band as the drum major and enjoys doing spontaneous things with friends. Next, we have Ethan Banks. Ethan is the son of Wesley and Amy Banks. He likes to spend time hanging with his friends, playing basketball, and going to church. Most importantly, he loves his mom. Next, we have Paul Dick. Paul is the son of Scott and Gina Dick. He is a smooth guy and committed to the FFA. Our next senior is Lewis Mulkey. Lewis is the son of Eddie and Kim Mulkey. He's a 3-year letterman on the basketball team, and he loves the Bobcats and the Georgia Bulldogs. Go Dogs. You don't know how much that hurt me to say that. Next, we have Jimmy Aguilar. Jimmy is the son of Jose Carrito and Herlinda Vicente. He is a member of the GHS Marching Band and the Symphonic Band. Next is Julian Withrow. Julian is the son of Gregory and Sylvia Withrow. He is the captain and the top goal scorer on the GHS soccer team and is also the GHS drumline captain. He is also an Eagle Scout. And finally, we have Seth Darling. Seth is the son of Jill Darling. He's a 4-year varsity multi-sport athlete and works hard to excel in the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our 2021 homecoming court. Let's give a good round of applause for all of these fine young men and women and their escorts. We would also like to welcome back our 2020 homecoming queen, Hope Caldwell. Hope is currently attending the University of Georgia and studying elementary education. All right, let's congratulate the underclassmen one more time as they exit the field. And now we will announce the 2021 homecoming winners. Our third runners up, Seth Darling and Jasmine Sanchez. Our second runner-ups, Julian Withrow and Jessica Futch. Our first runner-ups, Paul Dick and Reagan Bolin. Our 2021 homecoming king is Mr. Jimmy Aguilar. And the 2021 homecoming queen, Miss Ariel Prisco.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. ETC cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. Call or visit etcnow.com today.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East LJ today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
ETC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ETC, connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Now there you see the Bobcats warming up here as our Luttrell's Hardware halftime show rolls on. Congratulations to Jimmy Aguilar, the 2021 Homecoming King, and to Ariel Prisco, the Homecoming Queen. Memories made here tonight.
Yeah, always a big night. Homecoming, a memorable night for the folks, you know, the underclassmen representatives, everybody on homecoming court, but especially to win homecoming king and queen. Always a really special night for those seniors, and get the dance tomorrow night. So a big weekend for sure.
What was not memorable was the defensive performance from Gilmer in that first half. So the offense for Gilmer, 40-yard touchdown run from Darling, 12-yard touchdown reception to Blake Reese, but defensively just haven't been able to stop it. You look up and down your drive sheet there, and it's Dawson up and down the field, only one punt.
Yeah, a 2-yard touchdown run there early on the first drive of the game. I mean, it took them a minute and a half to run down the field, starting at their own 34, and then a 30-yard touchdown catch after that ran maybe a minute off the clock, then 35-yard field goal, which was a moral victory, if anything, there for Gilmer, and then a 49-yard touchdown run that Dawson played really well just to burn a bunch of time off the clock. And then there at the end of the first quarter, then a 26-yard touchdown pass. Gilmer finally forcing a punt there later in that second half, but turnover on downs from the Cats, and then 38-yard touchdown catch from Dawson as well, just there late in that second half, burning all that time off the clock, and it's 38-14. And when Gilmer forced that, they had to punt and forced Dawson to punt. You feel good. Then Gilmer turns it over on downs and then gives up that touchdown. That maybe felt like the dam breaking a little bit there before half. Now Gilmer's going to get the ball to start things here, but really uphill climb now being down 3 scores.
How about the balance for Dawson on offense? 5 different players put it in the end zone. Dyer, Hubbard, Grendel, LeBlanc, and they're Dameron at the end. So they can do it on the ground, through the air, variety of receivers. And so certainly, a Herculean task defensively for Gilmer, but especially maybe on that last drive, you'd love to see some of those tackles made that weren't.
Yeah, I mean, the touchdown run there on the touchdown catch, after the catch made there, two missed tackles. I mean, both opportunities to bring him down. They're out of timeouts there. So, you at least make them hurry up and get down the field, spike the ball, or have to run a play quickly. Instead, just the poor tackling really let him get into the end zone there. And I was on 3 touchdowns. I mean, they're down 4 scores, really. So, being down 24 points. So, a big uphill climb here. We'll see what Gilmer's got adjusted for the second half and getting set to roll. And this first drive is going to be really important. I think he really got to move the ball here, get some points, because if you end up punting, turn the ball over to Dawson, they put another touchdown on the board, you can turn the lights out.
And at the beginning of the season in non-region play, there are moral victories in some circumstances. Those don't exist now. This is region play. You're already 0-2 in the region. You drop this tonight, you're 0-3. And so they've got to do everything they can to come back and try to win this ball game.
Yeah. Your hopes to make the playoffs are done tonight if you're Gilmer losing this game. So got a big hole to climb out of here. Conversely, for Dawson, Dawson's came out and really played well. They're third tonight coming in region play, 1-0. Moving to 2-0, you stay right where you want to be, control your destiny. You don't really lock yourself into the playoffs here tonight if you win, if you're Dawson, but you're real close to locking yourself in.
So, getting coached up over there on the sidelines. Coach Nelson certainly has had a momentous career, and he's had a rough time this afternoon. And this team, you can look at them and they're very well coached. They know what they're doing, but Coach Standard really said this before the game. They lack the depth in some areas. They lack not the conditioning, but the stamina just by having to play both ways and play against bigger teams. And so they'll get there. So we see that one just sort of up on the ground. Somebody's got to get that one. And finally, number 14, Mason Smith, falls on it. That one was just kind of bouncing there in no man's land. You surprised that's what Dawson did on their opening kick?
Little interesting. I mean, it tells you they got a lot of confidence in their defense to go out here and give them some good field position, get a stop. But I think they're thinking, if we could, have it bounce off of them and get a ball back here really quickly, they're looking to score and really in this ball game.
Yeah. So it was a good kick there, and just sort of bounced around and it died. So good job by Mason Smith just looking back and saying, man, there it is. And Aspen Hadaway, number 31, got kind of bent backwards there, and he's down. And while they tend to him, we're going to step aside for a second here. 38-14 Dawson.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Hope Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Hope. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Hope Blue Ridge.
So it looks like a lower leg injury there for Aspen Hadaway, the sophomore, having a great season. As we mentioned, 13 tackles last week in Lumpkin, but he's hurting. That one, you know, sort of a collision there between he and Mason Smith. Hopefully that young man will be okay. Gilmer, though, takes over just shy of the 40-yard line. In good shape here on this first possession. We're going to have to see Coach Standard open up the playbook a little bit here and try to take some risks. 24 minutes to make something happen. And that is not what you want to happen. That ball was on the ground, and Gilmer just falls on top of it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Good job of jumping on it by the offensive line there.
Near catastrophic play right there. I don't know if he ever got his hands on it there.
Yeah, bad exchange, and it looks like it's the center who falls back on top of it. Herschel DeFore. Second down and 11 for Gilmer. You are behind the sticks a little bit here now, so got to get something positive on this play. We're going to toss it out wide. That's Kobe Stonecipher looking for a little bit of room, and he is going to be dragged down near the original line of scrimmage. So you've got 3rd and 11, maybe even 3rd and 12 here coming up, and not what you want to do here. Just cannot seem to get north and south. That time thought about cutting back, but by the time he did, he was already in the grasp of number 28, Kenny Nelson, junior linebacker.
If you have a wasted play on 1st down, you lose a yard on 2nd. Not the start you're looking for here to get the this second half underway.
So now you're forced into a passing play, and he's in big trouble already. Just sort of throws that one over towards the sideline. Not a good-looking drive there. It'll be 4th down.
Now, got his feet tangled up here. I'm going to see if he maybe got his foot stepped on.
Yeah, looks like.
That threw off the whole play. I don't think anybody was open. It wouldn't have mattered anyways, but just forced him deep to try and just get rid of that thing. And now Dawson going to get a return here, maybe have some decent field position.
Frustrated body language that time, maybe for the first time tonight from Gilmer. Darling, the punter. This time able to handle the snap, and he gets off a high kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 35-yard line. And there's going to be a flag that comes in late. Sort of in the middle there. I don't know what they're going to call. It was a Dawson player that ended up on their rear end. We can see what happened.
Might be right there. You see him kind of locked up, and came in back here, so. Number 25 for Dawson's coming off the field, though, so.
We've still yet to see a call from the referee. A lot of discussion going on.
Coach Standard using the moment to talk with his defense here as they're on the near side.
So looks like they called a block in the back on Gilmer, but that can't be the case. Maybe just pointed the wrong direction.
Okay, there was a block in the back on the Bobcats.
Now you'll have to explain that one to me, Caleb.
Well, it's odd to see a block in the back on the defending team for sure. I don't think we ever got a good look at it. It was out of our camera view there, but Mr. Becker next door sounded about as confused as we are. So it's a 10-yard penalty, and Gilmer's 7th of the night.
Handoff there on first down, nothing doing.
Dyer with the carry. A yard on the play.
We're going to try to get some clarification from somebody on that. I don't know how you can block when you're not blocking. Maybe just a shove in the back. I don't know. Seems like if there's a shove in the back after the play, that'd be a personal foul, but whatever it was a 10-yard penalty. So 2nd down and 9 here. Holtzclaw back there, and Dawson just trying to keep moving their offense, and they do. That little pitch and catch from the slot has been there all night. Dameron lines up, and you can't really double team him because you've got other receivers that are capable, but man, that has been there all night.
Either out of the slot or just put him out wide and let him run a post. I mean, he just stops and curls. Gilmer, giving him a lot of space there as well. May try to jam him at the line, throw that timing off a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. He was out wide that time, and that was just a very simple route. I guess Gilmer's so worried about him going to the outside trying to defend that deep ball, not able to keep it.
Which he has done once tonight on the touchdown. So
good job reading the defense by this Dawson coaching staff. Good job defensively by the Cats that time. That's Brock Titus, the fullback. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, that's number 40 for Gilmer, Hunter Brown, junior defensive lineman.
Third play of this drive right here, just another run.
Sampson over there to help him clean it up. He really came from across the formation that time and drug him down. A lot of these young men will have a short night tonight. They'll be working at the Apple Houses tomorrow, what you do in the fall if you're a teenager in Gilmer County. No, that's a huge run and a good block. He's going to be all the way down to about the 10. I know there's variety of
flag.
Yeah, flag comes in. Variety of Apple Houses. You've got the Red Apple Barn out 282 and Panorama there on 515. There's another one there, I believe. Penland's Apple House. BJ Reese. Got to fill me in.
Hillcrest,
yeah. So Highway 52 be a popular place tomorrow. Downtown, the Apple Arts Festival going on there on the square. And then, of course, the big thing down at the fairgrounds, the big Gilmer Apple Festival. After missing a year, we know that'll be a popular tourist destination. The sheriff today, Sheriff Nicholson, released a statement, just reminding everybody to be patient with the servers and retail workers, be patient with our tourists who have come here to spend money and bring revenue into the county, and who may be lost and may have a little trouble navigating that intersection by Hardee's over there. We have a new roundabout, Caleb, as we see that one. Again, just that same route down at the intersection of 5 and 382. You can actually cut across 382 and go all the way over to 515 now. And so
I came through the roundabout this afternoon, and people knew how to navigate it. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So there are a couple more roundabouts going on down in the southern part of the county. They're at the intersection of 5 and 515 and 136 down in the Talking Rock area. And they're at 136 and the 136 spur there at the Blaine store. So we got roundabouts all over North Georgia. Grindle tries to break it outside that time. He's brought down. Aspen Hadaway back out there after being dinged up. So glad to see that.
We'll have a first down right here. Just power football, all offensive line. Of course, again, just breaking out of one tackle, taking a couple of Cats for a ride. Hadaway there, one of them.
While we have just a minute, we want to thank Bill Holt Chevrolet of Blue Ridge for sponsoring this third quarter of action. Slow-moving third quarter so far. Gilmer not able to get anything going. Dawson driving slowly and methodically down the field. Another run there, and that is going to be a touchdown for Dawson County. Grindle all the way into the end zone. Nothing but the glow of those pink cleats for the Gilmer defenders at the end.
Yeah, tail lights for all the way there. Just stop, let that offensive line clear a hole. He reads it, breaks through. Gilmer trying to make a tackle, can't do it. And that one probably puts this game a little bit out of reach here.
Yeah, this Dawson offense certainly looked good in the first half, and now in this third quarter they continue. 45-14 our score now. We'll step aside and come back in just a minute. Dawson in control.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
We are back here. Gilmer getting ready to receive the kick from Dawson. Grindle with the 19-yard touchdown run there to make it 45-14. Dawson with that weird little huddle there on special teams. Special teams unit not impressive that time. Just kick it off of a Gilmer defender. Gilmer up man there on the receiving team and jump back on it.
Thought that's what they were going to try to do earlier, but
it's not the classiest thing we've ever seen done. But not a lot of faith in their coverage team. I think we've seen that, but that.
Now, Gilmer's had some nice returns tonight. Ball spotted right at midfield, and
you'd like to see in a 45-14 game, though, Caleb, them just kick it as deep as they could.
Yeah, I mean, surely you got enough confidence in your defense to try to defend them, make them go the length of the field. They haven't really, Gilmer's not shown you that they can really do that on a consistent basis tonight.
Coach Maxwell going to call a timeout, and we would assume maybe he's going to put some backups in here up 45-14. We'll see.
And maybe that was the idea.
So we'll step aside for 30 seconds while they figure it out and be right back.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, in touch. ETC cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speeds makes life better. If you need an upgrade or just have a question, get in touch. Call or visit etcnow.com today.
So discussion going on over there on the sideline with the two teams. You see Coach Nelson there talking to his defense. Offensive coaches for Dawson talking to their crew.
Let's see, we still got Holsclaw out there at quarterback. I don't think we do.
No, we got a backup in there now.
So I think that might have been maybe the game plan to get the ball back here and try to get your backups in, let them have some play time here. You still got a lot of third quarter left, and as it stands right now, we'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter. So opportunity to just get some youngsters some playing time and gain in-game experience. Certainly will pay dividends in the future, but you never know when you're going to have to call on some of those guys this season as you try to make a run at the playoffs.
Sawyer Bearden, the new quarterback, sophomore. Grindle in there beside him at tailback. He's already been in the end zone twice. You know, we were talking about that commercial that everybody's seen at home a couple times with Darius Rucker, talking about some of those famous Darius Rucker songs. You know, he's lead singer of the Hootie and the Blowfish, but do not call him Hootie. That is not taken well. And we were talking about Hootie and the Blowfish songs. Only Want to Be With You, a good one. Let Her Cry. Hold My Hand. If you grew up in the 90s, they were all over the charts. But Darius Rucker's had a pretty good solo career as well. Remade the Old Crow Medicine Show wagon wheel song. Did well with that.
Got Old Crow Medicine Show maybe back in the spotlight a little bit from that.
Probably has had more hits as a country artist than they did with Hootie and the Blowfish.
I would agree.
Interestingly.
Yeah.
It won't be like this for long. Comeback song, Don't Think I Don't Think About It. All Right. You almost forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That song came out in 2008. That was his first hit on the country charts after a long career. Can you believe he's been singing country music almost 15 years now?
I mean, longer than he had a band, playing with him, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Darius Rucker, interestingly, also a big professional wrestling fan. I saw something on TV with him, and he was wearing a Ric Flair robe, which if there's anything that I could own off my bucket list, I think a Ric Flair robe would be right up there at the top. Gilmer comes after that punt, nearly got it, maybe even tipped it. I don't know.
Might have got a piece, and boy, we've got a huge tackle going out of bounds over here. Be floored if we don't get a flag, and we don't, but boy, Mason Smith took his guy out of bounds and to the ground.
Maybe said something to him about that onside kick. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Gilmer's offense will operate against the second unit for Dawson's defense now. Got to get something going. You were able to force your second punt of the game, so it's a victory there.
Tough field position here, backed up to your own 15, so length of the field to go here. Plenty of time. Try to get something going against these backups.
Darling hands it off. Oh, doesn't hand it off. Keeps it, and he'll lose a yard or two. Looks like maybe some of that first-team defense is still out there. The offense, defense looks pretty much to be the starting unit.
Probably playing that based off what they're seeing. If Gilmer's going to keep their starters out there, they'll do the same just to try to keep them out of the end zone.
What they don't know is Gilmer doesn't really have a second unit.
You got what you got.
That's right. It's thin squad. You look down on that sideline and you can see the difference in the number of players. But this Gilmer team just getting ready to grow, and they're going to take their lumps in year one. And that one is just put on the ground, and Darling is just drilled back there about the 5-yard line. So going backwards is this offense.
Yeah, he took a big pop there when that ball, just poor hand there trying to pull it back, and then just in a position that he can't protect himself. And boy, just took a big shot, couple of big shots right there. And he was a little slow to get up.
Yeah, Stone Cipher didn't really help him there, just kind of watched.
Yeah, I'm really protecting his quarterback there.
If he would have watched film, he'd have been able to do that.
That's a good point.
A couple of weeks ago, of course, we saw that interview with Kobe Stone Cipher. I don't really watch film.
Except for when I have to, when they're making us watch it as a team.
That's right. Third down and forever here. We'll probably just see a handoff up the middle, and Gilmer will try to punt it away with 3 minutes or so left. That is what we get, and nothing doing for Brock Titus.
Fourth down.
So Gilmer continues to take their lumps. This will put them to 0-3 in the region now. You still have 3 region games to go with North Hall. That'll be on the road next week. Then you play West Hall here, and then White County as well. And so you've got 3 games in front of you. 3-3 probably gets you to a playoff spot, but North Hall having a really, really good year. White County pretty good. West Hall down, but you've got to focus on winning one game. Lumpkin jumped off sides there, it looked like. Gilmer will go their last game of the season to Union on the road in the Battle of Purple. That's certainly a winnable game for you to end the year. Yeah, mishit that one. Then Darling off his foot, and so it'll be good field position for Dawson. They're going to take over at Gilmer's 41-yard line.
We need a driver of a 1980 model F-150 parked up at the Noah Harris Center. Red 1980 F-150. You need to move your vehicle. So we'd rather you move it than us.
So if you're watching at home and for some reason you left your 1980 red Ford pickup truck parked at the Noah Harris Center,
better go get it.
They've said move it, or we're going to move it for you. Mr. Becker making that known here inside the stadium.
Yeah, that thing needs to get gone, apparently.
Good run from the tailback. I believe that's number 26 for Dawson. That is Alex Stewart, sophomore running back.
We didn't see the ground game really get going on that previous possession with some of these backups in, but big first down burst there right through the middle of the line. Great job to get through there and get to the second level. Some adjustments being made for these youngsters. You know, now it's a second series, probably a little bit more comfortable.
That's some more scores for you here. Chattooga takes care of business at Coosa 38-3. And they'll be looking forward to that big matchup with Fannin. There's another handoff here. Cedartown has pulled away from Northwest 29-10 headed into the fourth quarter there. North Hall all over Lumpkin 37-7. That game has gone final. We're a little bit behind the 8 ball in our game tonight.
Yeah.
Dade County and Model, how about this? 14-14 in the fourth quarter.
That's interesting.
You know, folks from Trenton in a battle with Model. White County all over West Hall 42-0. Meigs County putting it on Copper Basin 60-8 over in Decatur, Tennessee tonight. Heritage and Central Carroll, they've been locked in a battle all night. 12-7, Generals leading Central there. We'll see how that one turns out. Quarterback going to keep it this time and popped for his effort. Lowndes has made a comeback. They now trail Cedar Grove 24-21. We'll see if the Vikings can come back up. Pepperell 29-6 over Gordon Central. 24-8, the most recent update we have for Pickens and Ridgeland. And then, of course, here our score 45-14. Dawson with the big lead here as the third quarter winds to a close. Once again, I want to thank Bill Holt Chevrolet of Blue Ridge for bringing you this third quarter of action. Remember that time I thought they had a chance to stop him. Looks like he's going to be right at the marker, and they're going to measure it or what's going on there. They're going to give him the first down, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. You can see him just sort of grinding for that extra yard and picking it up.
They're doing a good job being physical, keeping those legs moving, and it's really physical football out here for Dawson. They were just running the ball and controlling the line of scrimmage here.
So that'll do it for the third quarter. 45-14 our score. We'll be right back and have the final period for you right after this.
Years of dedication, sacrifice, desire. It's all come down to this one moment. Game day. Where only the strong survive, and the warrior with the best barbecue sauce always wins. Shane's Rib Shack, where every day is game day.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
So there you see the Bobcats. It's been a tough night for them, down 45-14, but still hanging tough. We're here inside Huff Mosley Memorial Stadium. It's homecoming. Here, Gilmer with their backs to the Gudger-Sluter Fieldhouse. Of course, Pettit Field there, named after Mark and John. Heard Coach Standard say at the beginning of the game that Mark Pettit came in on Tuesday and talked to the team a little bit. He would have been there earlier, but he was stuck in a meeting with me. You know how that goes. Of course, Mark and John coached here for what seemed like 100 years. Both retired just a few years ago, and they named the field after them for their years of service. Hard to get those boys out of Bucktown these days, though. They are mountain men through and through. Now living the life of a cattle farmer. And, until I met Mark and John, I didn't know what make hay while the sun shines means, but now I've learned. Throw miss there. Bobcats, as we mentioned, a tough road to hoe the rest of the year. North Hall and White County still on the schedule. Winnable games with West Hall and Union. But you have to be happy with the progress made under Coach Standard so far. And I think that as they grow, more players will come out and be better football players and better young men that come through this program.
Absolutely. The depth's going to get better. The interest is definitely up at the middle school level and getting more and more bodies into the program. They learn this offense from a young age. I think there's a lot of upside for sure.
Another touchdown for Dawson County. That'll continue their streak there. You just see the run through the middle from the young tailback and not able to stop him. That is 26, who we've mentioned a couple times, Alex Stewart, the sophomore, into the end zone. Tell you what was a close game in the first half, and we've seen this play itself out against Ringgold and Cherokee Bluff. Really close for the first half. In the second half, Gilmer just not able to really do anything. And really for Gilmer, it was that end of that second quarter, the momentum shift where they gave up that late score. And ever since then, just all Dawson. So 52-14 our score. We'll take a break and come back.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Chris Wong in East Ellijay today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the State Farm. Chris Wong, fourth quarter. I want to thank Chris for sponsoring the fourth quarter of action. You can go see him in Ellijay for all your insurance needs. And Dawson has put on all the insurance they could want here in this second half. 52-14 now. Clock is running in this fourth period, and Gilmer will get the ball back, just trying to kind of get some momentum heading into next week. And as we mentioned, doesn't get any easier.
No, it does not. I mean, you look at the schedule going ahead, at North Hall, West Hall, at White County, a couple of winnable games, and then at Union in the non-conference play or non-region play, a couple of winnable games. White County, maybe winnable. Going to be a tough one for sure. North Hall, really an uphill battle against them. They're a really good ball club this year. So a lot there. And, of course, for Dawson, they're looking at winning 3 straight region games possibly after Gilmer. They got West Hall, then they go to Cherokee Bluff, and then they turn around and finish with Lumpkin and North Hall. So a really good opportunity for Dawson to really finish this season strong and get some playoff seeding.
We just sort of, as we look at it now, anticipate Cherokee Bluff winning the region. They've already kind of been dominant, and then North Hall has looked good. Dawson has looked good. And, it's that fourth spot that we're not too sure about. West Hall and Gilmer seem like they're sort of at the bottom. Lumpkin kind of hanging around down there. White County, looks like they might get that fourth spot, but we'll just kind of see how that plays out for the rest of the year. First and 10 here, Gilmer. Trying to get the play in.
Still got a lot of the starters in here, at least the quarterback, and a flag. Get the feeling that one's going to be on Gilmer. The fact it came as soon as the ball was snapped.
Referees have certainly been busy tonight.
Be a procedure penalty against the Cats. Now, Dawson's been penalized 7 times. Gilmer, it's 8th.
It'll be 1st and 15 now for Gilmer. Nothing doing right there.
With the carry.
So let's look at the rest of our ETC schedule. We had our games backwards. Next week we will be at Pickens, Central Carroll at Pickens. So that's where we'll be next Friday night. Looking forward to Pickens challenging there. That's a huge game with playoff implications. Pickens now 1-1 in the region, and Central in a battle with Heritage. They're 0-1. They'll try to tie that up. So that'll be one of those seeding type games. So it'll be next week. Then in 2 weeks, Chattooga at Fannin on the 22nd. Then on the 29th, of course, Caleb, you'll be leading the crew up there. South Pittsburgh at Copper Basin, and then we'll be back at Fannin on November the 5th as we see the tailback there for Gilmer. This time it's Isaac Rellinger, the freshman.
Yeah, a couple of big ones to close out the season. Of course, South Pittsburgh and Copper Basin, two big rivals. South Pittsburgh really, really good year in and year out. And then, of course, that Dade County Fannin contest on my birthday, maybe for the region. So that'd be a huge game for sure.
So be celebrating your birthday. What,
in Blue Ridge.
Do we want to say what year it's going to be this year? Birthday?
Be the Herschel Walker this year.
Oh man. So maybe even the Bo Jackson birthday.
Could be the Bo Jackson. Yeah.
Stone Cipher with the carry out to about the 36-yard line.
People that weren't alive in the 80s, no idea what we're talking about, but you can just Google it. Interestingly, you talked about South Pittsburgh and Dade. They played each other last week. Really weird sort of out-of-state matchup, and Dade County beat South Pittsburgh 26-21. A lot of people were surprised at that score. South Pittsburgh, a powerhouse in single A, but maybe down just a little bit this year, and Dade playing a lot more. Dade more balanced. Dade used to just line up and throw it up and down the field 100 times, and now they've kind of gotten some balance, and they're locked in a battle with Model right now. But let's see how their year works out. Gilmer going to go for it here on 4th and 5. Hand it over to Stone Cipher. He's looking for some room. He's going to have the first down. Good looking play there for the Cats on 4th down.
Now a little speed sweep out there to the right side, wide side of the field, plenty of room. And if it's blocked well, I mean, Stone Cipher's a speedy guy. You get him the ball, he can really cover some ground. Good blocking out on the perimeter that time for the Bobcats to pick up that first down.
You almost wonder if he's been a little dinged up. He's not injured because he's playing, but he's been a little dinged up. Held to 39 yards last week, and we don't have the numbers in front of us, but probably something similar to that. He may have eclipsed that with a couple big runs tonight, but certainly not as dynamic as we have seen him, not getting north and south quite as well. Darling going to let it fly down the field, got a man wide open. Great pitch and catch that time from Gilmer. They're cooking here with 3:25 left.
Bryson Daniel wide open. I don't know if Dawson wasn't quite prepared for that. He's just really wide open. And uncorks one. Didn't hit him in stride. He had to stop and wait for that ball, which allowed Dawson to track him down, but inside the 20.
Yeah, we've seen some underthrows tonight, something they'll want to work on. And if you're thinking, well, they should have just run it into the game, and Dawson did just onside kick a few minutes ago. So you just play your game plan. This is competitive football. It's region play. Stone Cipher carrying, trying to get outside. He's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. So Gilmer's offense clicking here on this final drive.
Well, and with that onside kick, Gilmer's probably not going to be bothered to try to air it out here and score some points.
And Coach Maxwell and Coach Stander have been doing this a long time. There's not going to be any bitterness or ill feelings, but you've got to do what you got to do to make your team better.
Yeah.
And if that takes practicing your onside kicks, or if that takes, trying to get a big pass play with 2 minutes left, you do what you have to do. And Coach Maxwell and Coach Stander, they've probably known each other quite a while with coaching in Georgia. That's a good-looking option play there. That's number 14, Mason Smith, the junior out there, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, good decision. Really held on to that ball as long as he could. Brought that defender over to him, and then Darling getting that thing outside. Take a look there. Just great dive there. Reads that in, waits till he's about to get hit, and then dumps it off. And the speed and fresh legs of Smith there on the outside.
So they're at the 3-yard line here. 1st and goal. You'd love to punch it in. And Stone Cipher looks like he has done that. That'll be a Bobcat touchdown. See the light show going on here.
Boy, just good handoff there and slipping through the defense. Good job by the offensive line up front to get that crease. There's Coach putting his arm around him and giving him some encouragement.
Gilmer special teams unit have a little confusion. The old left-footed kicker there. That one is blown dead before it's up. From that angle, it almost looks like anybody could kick an extra point.
Yeah.
Not as easy as it looks. Although I did watch a video on TikTok the other day where the Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders took turns kicking field goals, and 3 of them made the field goals. I was pretty impressed by that. One of them kicked about a 27, 28-yarder. I've kicked many a field goal. It is certainly not easy. And that one is up and good as well. So we'll take a break. 52-21. Just about ready to wrap this one up here in the Chris Wong State Farm 4th quarter.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC, connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
This country was built on self-reliance. Our fathers and grandfathers knew when something was broken, they should know how to fix it. Here at Luttrell's Hardware, we believe in the old-fashioned way. We believe you shouldn't have to drive out of town, and you darn sure shouldn't have to do it twice. Most importantly, we believe our customers should be like family. So come see us here at Luttrell's on Highway 68 in Copper Hill. Let's roll up our sleeves and make this country great again.
Final 40 seconds of action here. Gilmer will kick it off to Dawson. And Dawson, as you mentioned, will move on now. Another big region win for them. They're now 2-0 in region play. Of course, the bulk of there's another flag on the field. The bulk of their schedule ahead of them. They still have big matchups with North Hall and Cherokee Bluff on their agenda. And so somebody lined up wrong. Gilmer get an extra 5 yards. These have been some hawk-eyed officials tonight. They have seen penalties.
And with 40 seconds left, they are still calling the game. They're on top of it tonight.
By the way, we will in our ETC post-game show. Caleb and I will wrap it up for you, but you're going to get to see both marching bands, the marching band from Dawson County and the award-winning GHS marching bands, grand champions over at the Bowden Marching Invitational a couple weeks ago. You'll get to see their halftime show as well. Dawson with a big kick return and finally brought down there by number 12 for Gilmer, Hayden Morrison. So that clock continues to run, and that will do it here, I believe, unless they want to run one more play. It doesn't look like they will. I want to shout out our crew for bringing you such a good game tonight. Done a great job, as they always do, led by our fearless director, Trevor Williams. So we've got Nick Boker tonight on replay. Tim Christensen, our graphic man, up here with us. And our camera guys, Cole Heiss and Caleb Block, always doing a great job. And Charlie Roper, he's the new guy on staff. He's done a great job with us. And then David Williams, as always, coming in. And I tell you, David earlier, opened the truck up like he was Clint Eastwood coming out of a saloon there, just sort of saying hello to everybody. And Josh McClure is here with us, and we are certainly glad to have Danny Hensley here with us tonight as well. Not only is he our fearless leader, decided to kick pancreatic cancer's rear end this year as well, and so we saw him before the game looking great, and really thankful to have Danny back working with us and helping out. And even if he wants to hold a staff meeting 10 minutes before we go live, we're just glad to have him around. 52-21, our final. We'll step aside and come back and put a bow on it, and then we'll have the marching bands for you right here on ETC.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When other dealers are hitting the brakes, Bill Holt Blue Ridge is stomping the gas with our biggest selection of the year. We've got over 400 vehicles in stock and North Georgia's biggest truck inventory. Head back to school in a new Chevrolet with our lowest payments of the year. Drive a new Chevrolet for just $199 a month. That's only $199 a month at Bill Holt. And we've never paid more for trades. And we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. When it comes to North Georgia's largest selection of new trucks and pre-owned vehicles, there's only one name you need to know: Bill Holt Blue Ridge.
Welcome back to our ETC post-game show. Jeremy Green with Caleb Frady. And Caleb, not a lot to say about this one. Dawson really dominant from start to finish. Gilmer hung around for that first quarter and a half or so, but really Dawson with that late score right before halftime sort of put it away.
Yeah, just really good athletes here tonight, really good game plan. I mean, Dawson offensively, very impressive. Good offensive line, talented receiver, good running backs, a quarterback, something else as well. Gilmer, once it got behind the 8-ball, finally maybe found its traction a little bit, but that was a back-breaking play there right at the end of the half. I think that really took the wind out of the Gilmer sails.
Yeah, for Gilmer, Stonecipher, Darling both score. They have a 12-yard touchdown reception to one of their youngsters, but for Dawson, you look down and every touchdown, it's a different guy. 6 or 7 different people scored touchdowed, and really a dominant performance.
Yeah, a short yardage run, long passes, quarterback. I mean, everybody really contributed tonight. They're an impressive squad. Probably got the look of a playoff team in this region, and they're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, so Dawson with the rest of the region schedule ahead. Gilmer now, time to regroup, 0-3 in the region, and so you still got games with North Hall, a game with West Hall, and then a game with White County. If you want even an outside shot to sneak in the playoffs, those 3 are have to wins, and no negotiating, no moral victories. You have to win those games.
Those are have to wins, and maybe need some help and for other things to kind of go your way. And I think at this point you can probably just stop thinking about that. Really got to get better and improve. Well, play these games that you can win. Play really well. Try to upset somebody. Really at this point it's got to be all about yourself and really improving week to week.
Yeah, Dawson band there getting ready to head onto the field, and then Gilmer's band. We're going to stay right here. After Caleb and I sign off, you'll get to see both bands. But let's talk about next week a little bit. Gilmer will regroup, and they'll play, but we're going to head just down the road to Pickens County, and they are going to be hosting Central Carrollton in another one of those must-win games. Pickens at 1-1 in the region, and as you look at somebody who might be right ahead of you in the playoff race, got to win that one.
Yeah, it's a winnable game, too. Central Carroll really been kind of strong in this region since they came over. Not vintage Central Carroll this season. Pickens has gotten better every single week, so I think it's a winnable game for Pickens. Going to be a battle, and it's hugely important for both of these teams in terms of just getting into the playoffs. 3rd or 4th seed. Going to be a really huge game. Really excited for it next week.
Fannin looks to continue to roll. We're going to see Basin, and so a lot of football ahead for you, and we are looking forward to it. That's going to do it for us in this ETC postgame show, at least for our part. In just a moment, you'll see the band from Dawson County and the Gilmer Bobcat Marching Band, and continue your night. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy the Apple Festival. Hope you enjoy living in this beautiful place that we get to call home. On behalf of our entire crew and Caleb, Jeremy Green saying see you next Friday night.
I'll be seeing you
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Dragonborn by Jeremy Sewell from Skyrim. The band is under the field direction of drum major Ace Park.
that was my bad. My bad.
Throw it.
What? Hold on, wait a minute. No, I'm trying to hit. What? You might go play for Gilmer. You first perfect. You can't catch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now entering the field is the award-winning Gilmer High School Marching Band. The GHS Band is under the field direction of drum majors Dakota Brown, Ashley Lopez, and Alba Monragateas. Drum captain is Julian Withrow, and assistant drum captain is Camden Lyles. The 2021 color guard captain is Ariel Prisco, and assistant guard captain is Basty Reynoso. Section of the week is the front ensemble section. Front ensemble section leader is Noah West. Tonight, the Gilmer Band will be performing their competition field show entitled The Upside Down, featuring music from the 1980s such as Shout by Tears for Fears, Take on Me by Aha, Cyndi Lauper's True Colors, We Built This City by Starship, and the theme from Back to the Future by Alan Silverstein, and the theme from Stranger Things by Kyle Dixon. Soloists are mellophone, Haley Ledford, trombone, Dominic McAuliffe, color guard soloist, Bastia Reynoso. And now, let's welcome the award-winning Gilmer High School Marching Band. for another round of applause for the Gilmer High School Marching Band. We want to thank our special guests tonight, the alumni Gilmer High School band members, for their fantastic performance and for their contributions to the Stephen Calhoun Band Scholarship. The GHS Band was recently named Grand Champions at the Bowden Invitational, taking home straight superiors in every category. In November, the band will travel to compete in the U.S. Band Southern States Championship in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The GHS Band is directed by Mr. David Wiebers and Miss Holly Kinsey. Percussion coordinator is Mr. Foster Simmons, and color guard coordinator is Miss Jessica Kamholtz. I'm your announcer and brass coordinator, Nolan Walker. We wish our guests, the Dawson County Band, all the best in this year's marching season. Have a great night and go Bobcats!